I am here to ask you for your prayers, for your support, for your efforts, because I have decided to run for President of the United States.
Ohio Governor John Kasich becoming the 16th Republican to announce his candidacy for presidency. And some political insiders say his experience, his popularity in a key swing state make Kasich one to watch. Our next guest is a Democrat who has worked with Governor Kasich across the aisle for years in the Buckeye State. Ohio State Senator Capri Cafaro joins us right now. Senator, good to have you on the program. Welcome.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having me on this morning.
Tell us what you know about John Kasich and how you've worked with him in the past.
Well, I've been working with Governor Kasich over the last 4 years. He came into the governor's mansion at the beginning of 2011. At the time, I was the sitting Senate Minority Leader. And we had been on opposing sides and on the same side just during that year. For example, we worked together on a very innovative program called Jobs Ohio. I took a lot of flack for that, working with Governor Kasich on this new economic development program from my Democratic colleagues. Conversely, at the same time, I was fighting Governor Kasich on collective bargaining rights. And but what I found is that he is fair, he is genuine, and he really is somebody to watch, because I do think that he's going to be able to stand out of this crowd.
Rachel.
What has been the reaction to his speech yesterday? I tell you, I had a lot of women, Catholic women in the upper Midwest who are friends of mine texting me saying it really resonated with them.
Well, and I can see why. I was not there yesterday, but I did have an opportunity to listen to it on my drive down to Columbus yesterday. And I think one of the reasons why it is resonating with folks is, first of all, he is authentic. And what you see is what you get. That Governor Kasich that you saw yesterday in that announcement is who he is. He really believes what he says, and he cares about people. We may disagree on several different policy issues, but when you heard him yesterday talk about the folks that were vulnerable in the shadows that might not be able to afford their medications, for example, or a man that lost their job, these are the stories of the American heartland, and he knows them.
Yeah, I mean, there's also a record there, right, Sandra? I mean, you look at the economy of Ohio, and you can see the unemployment situation doing better than the national average. You look at the recovery, it seems stronger in Ohio than the national average.
In a state where he lowered taxes a couple times and led to a stronger economy. I mean, he definitely has a track record that's worth touting. That's going to be a major plus.
I will disagree just a little bit on that, because, yes, there has been success, but I believe that success was built upon some of the things that were put in place prior to him coming into office. It was an incredibly difficult time, obviously, nationally, prior to him coming in with the economic crisis. But I think that he also is benefiting from some of the Democratic policies that preceded him.
Well, it's interesting because some of his viewpoints actually align with the left when it comes to business in Wall Street. He's been somewhat of a harsh critic on Wall Street. His views there sort of in line with Hillary Clinton and Elizabeth Warren, attacking Wall Street for its greed, etc. But in this speech, this very eloquent speech that he made yesterday, he made it very clear that he is in this for the small business, to better the business environment of America right now that he says has been under attack. His message was very strong when it came to the economy, something that GOP contenders have had a hard time with.
Well, and I will say to that end, one of the things that people have said is, well, he's not going to be able to make it out of a primary because of his stance, for example, on Medicaid expansion that isn't resonating with the Republican base. Concurrently, though, I think that objectively, Governor Kasich does have a very strong track record when it comes to being a fiscal conservative. As the former chair of the House Budget Committee, as someone who's traveled the country up to this point, promoting a balanced budget amendment to the United States Constitution. Some of it has lowered taxes, as you indicated, in the state of Ohio, and someone who has worked on regulatory reform, something that I've actually worked with the Republicans on as well, and that does speak to small business.
All right, we will leave it there. Senator, good to have you on the show today. Thanks so much.
Thanks so much for having me.
We'll see you soon. Senator Capri Cafaro there. Coming up on Mornings, a look at how you should be investing in the long term. Merrill Lynch Wealth Management Head John Thiel, my special guest later this hour. And then we want to continue the conversation on Facebook. How much do you have saved in retirement? Let us know. Facebook.com/MorningsMaria. Tell us what you think, what you'd like to see on this program. Be sure to click on the like button so we can get the latest updates to you from the program. Back in a moment.